Founded over 100 years ago, BMW is a powerhouse within the automobile industry as a symbol of class and style. But did you know that the company's roots derive from the work and life of aviation pioneer Gustav Otto? Today, we will be breaking down the events that took BMW from a humble airplane manufacturing company to what it is now. But before we get into the video, click that subscribe button so we can continue providing you value. Let's get started. The rise of Gustav Otto. The rise of Gustav Otto begins in the humble town of Cologne during the reign of the German Empire. Gustav's interest and passion for the motor industry are directly attributed to his father, Nicholas Otto, the accredited inventor of the four-stroke internal combustion engine. Whether Gustav knew it or not, his success began manifesting early. On top of the knowledge and experience Gustav inherited from his father, he was ambitious and successful at an early age. Gustav was often referred to as one of those boys who was good at everything he did and was popular across all social circles. During his early adulthood, Gustav facilitated his interest in motor engines through internships and higher education. He studied at multiple technical colleges in Hanover, Karlsruhe, and eventually Munich, where he began the foundation of his first company, Bayerische Autogarage. Such is the world's way. Gustav's boon eventually became its curse. Despite giving him a great head start in life, the fame and success of his father became a burden. Gustav felt constant pressure to live up to his father's expectations and step out of his shadow. Gustav's early success was often controversial as his classmates and colleagues based his success on the prestige of his father's name. As is typical with young men on the brink of adolescence, Gustav doubted himself and the success he was able to achieve. Gustav faced multiple bouts of depression through his early adulthood as he tried to find purpose and meaning in his life. Despite this existential crisis, Gustav continually facilitated his passion for motor engines through his studies and sporting events. He won multiple automobile and motorcycle racing events. However, this was not enough for Gustav. He had more important ideas in mind, ideas that would eventually take him to the skies. As an early advocate for airplanes, Gustav obtained his pilot's license in April of 1910, 10 years after the industry's foundation. Gustav began his career in aviation by piloting the aviation biplane, which was made of wood, wire, and canvas. During these formative years, Gustav displayed high levels of courage and determination to reach his goals. Gustav's business acumen was always developed during these years, as he went on to the Aeroplanbau Otto Alberti workshop. The company proved vital before and during World War I. Gustav's company also focused on the qualification of pilots and was responsible for training Ernst Udet, one of Germany's most established wartime pilots. Gustav was a man faced with doubt and depression in a time constantly plagued by the threat of an impending world war. Germany was also facing an ongoing economic depression that resulted in unprecedented unemployment and hyperinflation. Despite harsh times and self-doubt, Gustav believed in himself and his potential for success. He founded multiple companies during his 20s. Some were within the automobile industry, while others were in the aviation industry. All, however, were vital to the culmination of Gustav's most successful company to date, BMW. The foundation of BMW. During his success within the airline industry, Gustav opened a factory in eastern Munich to position himself closer to the government and its procurement facilities. Gustav, filled with ambition and determination, threw himself into politics. Quickly, however, Gustav realized he did not have the skills to maneuver this tumultuous arena. Gustav felt that his pride and integrity were on the line regarding his political success, something he would not stand for. Despite this, Gustav persevered, trying to find footing within the turbulent political environment of pre-World War I Germany. As a pioneer within the aviation industry, Gustav constantly innovated and created companies for automobile and airplane manufacturing. Gustav founded AGU Flugzeugwerke in 1914, an airplane manufacturing company in Bavaria, Germany. While the aircrafts were revolutionary for their time, they were still plagued with various defects that resulted in severe problems for the company and its success. The pressure of wartime and running multiple businesses led Gustav's hospitalization in 1915. The mental health issues and depression that had plagued Gustav from an early age had now grown into a full-blown disease. These events burdened Gustav, his family, and the companies he was tasked with running. Gustav's companies across the automobile and aviation industry were without proper guidance and leadership, resulting in decreased effective and efficient production. The companies faced bankruptcy, garnering the interest of other business people and motor specialists. Gustav was forced to sell companies and their assets to the German government, resulting in a consortium of banks taking over the companies and their assets. Gustav's companies were later reorganized into the Bayerische Flugzeugwerke AG, later to be renamed Bayerische Motorenwerk, otherwise known as BMW. The organization's leaders brought in the success of other companies as well, including Karl Raps and his success in engine production. The company's first product was a straight 6-aircraft engine that found success during the First World War. After the war, BMW expanded its operations into producing engines for motorcycles and tractors, and even began developing household appliances. BMW, as we know it, began operating as a motor vehicle manufacturer in 1927, over 10 years after the events of World War I. The fall of Gustav Otto. Plagued by the loss of his companies, Gustav attempted to find solace in developing much smaller companies. Unfortunately, none of this proved successful, plunging Gustav into a deeper pit of depression. In 1924, it was reported that Gustav was also going through a divorce with his wife, Ada. Almost 1 year after their divorce, Ada remarried before passing away. The combined pressure of losing his life's work, the failure of his current companies, and the divorce and death of his wife caused Gustav to fall deeper into his pre-existing mental illness. Tragically, at 43 years old, Gustav decided to take his own life on the 28th of February, 1926. Gustav, in his final moments, was alone and in constant pain. The boon that gave Gustav such energy in his early years cultivated the curse that would ultimately lead to his demise. The tragic story of a man of extreme courage and passion. Despite the consortium of banks, culmination of businesses, and inclusion of many exceptional minds, experts directly attribute BMW's foundation to the life and companies of Gustav Otto, a legend and pioneer within the automobile and aviation industry. The rise of BMW. BMW primarily focused on the manufacture of engines, motorcycles, and automobiles until the events of World War II, which saw BMW exploit over 40,000 slave laborers to meet the German government's aircraft engine production demands. Due to BMW's controversial involvement in the war, the Allied nations banned the company from producing motor vehicles. The company persisted and survived for almost 7 years making household goods and general consumer items. In 1952, BMW resumed its production of motor vehicles with the BMW 051 luxury saloon. Throughout the 20th century, BMW constantly innovated and expanded its operations while slowly leaning into the specialization of automobile manufacturing. The company faced multiple obstacles from rivals such as Benz and Volkswagen, and was almost bankrupt on numerous occasions. Reminiscent of its founder Gustav, the company consistently pushed through hard times to reach the other side. BMW eventually facilitated a foundation in the automobile industry with the release of the 700 and 1500 series. By the end of the 20th century, BMW was a premium brand that evoked a feeling of class and style. As of 2022, the company operates as a multinational manufacturer of luxury vehicles, with a focus on providing the most pleasurable driving experience on the market. The company has a market cap of $50 billion, a mammoth size that dwarfs its humble beginnings. Despite its success, BMW has recently faced backlash over questionable design choices and unethical business practices. The future of BMW is uncertain. However, one thing is for sure. The company would not be where it is today without the struggles of Gustav Otto, the company's pioneer and founder. There you have it, the life, struggles, and success of the visionary Gustav Otto, and BMW's journey from a humble airplane manufacturer to where it is today. If you have enjoyed today's video, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and share your opinion on BMW in the comments section below.